Get ready to match the stars. John English. Nolene Brown. Ugly Dave Ray. Carol Ray. Stuart Wagstock. Peggy Topano. As we play Graham Kennedy's Blankety Blanks. And now, here he is, Graham Kennedy.
Yes, old Big Eyes is back. What was I was in a movie, the Ill-Fated Box movie. Anybody see it? Yeah. That'll give you some idea. And there was me with these eyes, and there was Belinda Giblin, who has similar eyes. Our director was Paul Eddy, and they really stick out like dog stops. And Bette Davis was in town, and we thought we'd all get together and have an eye in. All these big eyes. Hello, John English.
Hello. I've got eyes too.
Yes, but they don't stick out like mine.
No, they
do.
sort of sink back about 8 inches.
Yeah. All doctors say, oh, you know, when I'm ill and I go along to the doctor, he says, yeah, goiter. Goiter. And it's not, it's just I've got these eyes. John, what are you doing? Still recording today?
Still recording, yes.
What tracks did you lay down today, John English?
I'm not going to tell you, Graham.
Please yourself.
Thank you.
Nolene, you're in an ugly mood. Explain why.
I am too. I can't think of a clean word for it. I just feel very dark.
When you think of a clean word, you tell us. Other people who have difficulty thinking of clean words, and one of them is Ugly Dave Gray.
I can think of clean words all the time. I have an LP, you know, Graham. A large pimple. There.
Carol Ray is with us. Hello, Carol.
Hello.
Welcome to Blankety Blanks yet again.
Yes, I love that, and I want to know what's on that gold, beautiful thing there.
Oh, Bert and Patty gave me that for my 41st, I think.
41st what?
41st payment on the colour television.
It's very beautiful. Oh, God.
What do you...
about
hello.
this?
Hello.
Oh, no. I like
Hello, Stuart.
Now I have a clean word.
Yes, of course.
Soap.
Soap is a clean word.
Yes, thank you.
But not a match. And we welcome Peggy Mortimer Topano.
Oh, thank you, Joe.
People are confused with Peggy Mortimer and
Yes.
Peggy Topano, but it's really the same person, isn't it?
Of course, yes. It's just that I married an Italian.
The Topano family are currently packing them out at the Loft.
That's right, Manly.
At Manly.
Yes.
Go along and see the Topano show.
Thanks,
It's
Gray.
rather beaut. Now we meet our contestants. Our current champion is Carol Croxon, who's already won $100. Carol is married with 2 children, and when she told me that last night, I thought, that's pretty boring. But then again, I thought, if you've got 2 children, it's probably not boring at all. In fact, you'd have your time cut out.
Certainly, there's a lot to do.
Carol's got one of those voices. And we welcome our challenger for tonight, Joe Natai. Hello, Joe. Joe, tell us the Joe Natai story.
Well, I'm a rose farmer.
A rose farmer?
Yeah.
How many acres do you need to grow, to breed roses?
Well, we've got 20 acres
Yeah.
of roses and about 20,000 plants.
And who do you sell them to?
Oh, all the florists around Sydney.
And do they do it, you know, is it normally done with bees, or do you have artificial insemination?
You would
No,
think
we
of
just
that.
grow them for the flower, just for the cut flower.
We wish you a lot of luck on Blankety Blanks. Joe, because you are the challenger, you have first go. A or B?
B, please.
B. Everybody plays, and in round 1, each match is worth a point. Robinson Crusoe said to Friday... what nationality was Robinson Crusoe?
British.
British. Well, I only have the one British voice, as you know. Here we go. Robinson Crusoe said to Friday, I like you a lot, but you just don't blank like my wife. See, every time I have to be British, it comes out James Mason. Robinson Crusoe said to Friday, I like you a lot, but you just don't blank like my wife.
The mind boggles.
The point of the game is to fill in the blank and hope that the contestants think along the same lines as the celebrities. When you hear those bells go off, it means people are locking in their answers and everyone's in. Joe, Robinson Crusoe said to Friday, I like you a lot, but you just don't blank like my wife.
Kiss?
Kiss. Kiss. Well, a rose grower by any other name would smell as sweet. So, I wanted to get away from the variety image, I wanted to get away from the acting image, and I particularly wanted to get away from the camp image. Kiss. John.
Well, it depends on if you married Chelsea Brown or not, but I'd say that that was the line.
Look much. Oh, of course, that works. I like you a lot, but you don't look much like my wife. It's not a kiss, though, is it?
It depends, I suppose.
Nolene may well have a kiss hidden under there, even though she's in a dark mood. But then so was Friday.
It was Friday, yes. I heard he was a very good kisser.
Oh, those
That's right.
All the better to...
No, the only thing he was interested in was cooking.
Cooking, yes, you cook better than like my wife. Robinson Crusoe said to Friday, Dave, I like you a lot, but you just don't blank like my wife.
Did you know that Robinson Crusoe invented the 5-day week?
I didn't know that.
Because he believed in having all his work done by Friday. Boom! No, never mind.
Finish the gag.
That was it. That was it. I put keep house.
Keep house, yes, that's a good answer. No one's come up with kiss. Perhaps you have, Carol.
Well, I've been trying very hard to match with this particular gentleman because I'm mad about roses.
Joe
you see.
Nattai, the
my
rose
favourite
grower.
flower, and I thought, well, yellow roses, my favourite. Did you get that, Joe? You don't mind us talking amongst ourselves,
In
do
the
you?
crossfire here.
So I put.
Cook upside down is interesting.
Upside down.
An upside down cook. Some of my best friends. Stuart.
Yes, unless he got very hot kissing, which would make him cook Friday.
Cook. No kisses. Lots of cooks, no kisses. Peggy, let's find out what you
Well, yes, there's no point in continuing because it's
put. Cook. Righto. No matches there, Joe. Carol. Cyril the sculptor. Oh, hello.
Can't get away from it.
Are you going to act?
I'll have to.
Oh, you must.
Cyril the sculptor said. That's how Cyril always starts that way. Cyril the sculptor said, "Oh, my work never lasts." No, it doesn't. My work never lasts. Maybe it's because I make my statues out of blank. That's what Cyril the sculptor said. Why do they call him Cyril? That's my middle name. Graham Cyril
Is
Kennedy.
it Graham Cyril Kennedy? That's
Really?
Thank you. Cyril the sculptor said, my work never lasts. Maybe it's because I make my statues out of blank. Cheeky.
Was he very broad?
I beg your
Was
pardon.
he very broad? Fat?
Cyril, I don't think that matters what his weight was or whether he had a glandular condition, Stuart. He was
How
just
tall was
off,
he?
and that's all there is to it.
How tall was it?
How tall? Everyone's in. Ho-ho! Carol, Cyril the sculptor said, my work never lasts. Maybe it's because I make my statues out of blank.
Ice.
Ice! Ice is a good answer. Of course his statues wouldn't last if they're made out of ice, would they, John? You haven't got that, have you? I saw that surprised look when we heard ice, and we all knew it was right. And I looked at John and he went, oh, of course that's the right one.
Well, I wasn't going to write anything with an S in it.
Because of Cyril. Yeah.
It's-
So
I put
butter.
I don't know why I put that.
Yeah, well, that'd melt in this heat. I'm sure it's hot up here in this lovely January. Nolene, Cyril the sculptor said my work never lasts. Maybe it's because I make my statues out of blank.
Well, it was your sibilance that did it. He made it out of spangles.
Yes, that'd fall apart, I suppose. Dave, what did Cyril make his statue out of, baby?
I put jelly.
Jelly, yes. Cyril's a kind of jelly person, I think. Carol, do we have something lovely from you, like a cool piece of ice?
I think I'm terribly together with my friend Dave Gray because we've got a pudding.
Upside down.
Oh! I think ice cream, and no, it doesn't.
I'm not doing that very well.
Stuart, I'm sorry about this.
What?
I have to read it again.
Please.
Cyril the sculptor said my work never lasts. Maybe it's because I make my statues out of blank.
I think he was richer than just ice. So he made out of chocolate.
Chocolate would melt
Yes.
too. Gosh, we're close, but it doesn't match. Peggy, what did Cyril make his statue from?
Well, I knew a little boy called Cyril, and he was always making little things out of sand.
Yes. Oh, goodness me, no matches at all. We'll be back in a minute to play round 2 of Blankety Blank. Don't go away. Round 2 of Blankety Blanks. Joe, A or B?
I'll try A, please.
A. Everybody plays. The nurse said, that new surgeon must have an unusual technique. Before the operation, I saw him scrubbing his blank. The nurse said, that new surgeon must have an unusual technique. Before the operation, I saw him scrubbing his blank. Everyone's writing madly, but no one's putting their card in. Carol and Stuart, and Dave and John and Nolene, Peggy, we're waiting on either Peggy Mortimer or Peggy Tapano.
Right.
Joe Natai, the rose grower. The nurse said, that new surgeon must have an unusual technique. Before the operation, I saw him scrubbing his
Feet.
feet. Yes. He was... Oh, wouldn't that make you nervous if you were going in for a frontal lobotomy and he was scrubbing up his feet? John.
I didn't put that again, Graham.
Didn't you put that in? No.
No.
No, I had a feeling. Monkey wrench. Oh, and we all know what you use wrenches on, don't we? If I could walk this way, I wouldn't need the telephone powder. Nolene, the nurse said the new surgeon must have an unusual technique. Before the operation, I saw him scrubbing his blank.
Well, I'm right into meds, and he was scrubbing his anaesthetist. I only did it because I could spell it.
Isn't that clever? So he wasn't scrubbing a portion of himself, he was scrubbing his anaesthetist. Dave?
My mother-in-law was in hospital last week, actually.
Was she? I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes, she had a appendix out and a new television put in, which is very handy. I put elbows.
Scrubbing his elbows. Now, this is something you know a little about, Carol, because you're married to a veterinary surgeon, a very famous one.
Yes, but you see, I think I got a bit muddled.
Why, Dave?
And I think what...
Hello. Here we go. This could
Well,
be
you
5
see-
minutes, folks. Time to pop over and see what they're doing on the opposition.
I forgot it was the surgeon, and I thought it was the patient.
His tummy.
You see, I thought it was the patient scrubbing himself up.
No, no, I think it meant when the surgeon was
It
scrubbing
was-
up for the
yes,
operation.
I do apologise.
That's quite all right.
It's my fault.
That was closer to feet than anything we've had. The nurse said that new surgeon must have an unusual technique. Before the operation, I saw him scrubbing his
Same as Dave.
elbow. We're going to have a tied game with no scores. Peggy, can we have your answer?
Well, I did once, saw a surgeon, a very unusual technique he had.
What did he do?
He didn't have any shoes. He was scrubbing his...
Feet is a match. One you've got, Joe. Now, Carol, you need 2 to win, all right? And everybody plays. Charlie said, I have my income tax prepared by a trained monkey.
So have I.
You ought to try him. He works for blank. I think that's a nice, easy one. Charlie said, I have my income tax prepared by a trained monkey. You ought to try him. He works for blank. He works for blank. Carol, shame on you if you don't match. Charlie said, I have my income tax prepared by a trained monkey. You ought to try him. He works for blank.
Peanuts.
That's right. I'm sure that'll be the one. And you only need 2 to win. Any peanuts, John?
Yes.
Yes! we have peanuts. One more to win for Carol. One to win. Nolene.
Well, it's almost peanuts. It's just plain nuts.
And that's the game. Would everyone hold up their cards? Nuts, nothing, peanuts, peanuts. You're the winner, Carol. Joe, thank you for playing Blankety Blanks. We have a lovely prize for you from Toshiba. Bye, Joe. Say goodbye to Joe.
Bye, Joe.
Come over here, Carol. We're going to continue with Blankety Blanks and play the big prize money game, Super Match, right after these messages from your local station. Carol, we polled a recent studio audience and discovered their most frequent response to this. Flying blank. Flying blank. Now, that is worth $100 to you if you match their most popular answer. $50 if you match their second most frequent response. Third, $25 if you match it. Now, you are permitted to select any three of our celebrities to help you along with your answer. Who would you like first?
John English.
John English. Flying blank.
Saucer.
Flying saucer, of course. It's not bad.
Peggy.
Peggy. Flying...
Fox.
Flying fox. Flying saucer. Flying fox.
And Carol.
And Carol. Flying... Flying...
Flying nun.
Flying nun. I wouldn't have thought of flying nun, but that's good.
Yes, that lovely lady did it in that film.
That's right. We're about to reveal some of these. Actually, there's a man in there who does... This is not computerised. There is a man in there who lives in there, and we call him Peter the Phantom Puller. And just to prove that he is in there, Peter, give me the secret knock. Thank you, Peter. No ad-libbing, son. No, he's really in there. We take in some water every day and change his kitty litter over. Give him a little wash. Now, out of all those responses, we've had Flying Fox, Flying Nun, and one other.
Saucer.
Saucer. Who do you go along with?
I think Flying Saucer.
Flying Saucer. Let's see if we can find a flying saucer under the $25 response. Pull it, Peter. Flying machine. Oh, like as in aeroplane. We always start at the bottom and work up, you see. Let's see what's under the $50 answer. Thanks, Peter. Flying fox. All right, we'll get out of this fairly quickly because I think we're running out of time. Peter, pull the $100 answer. Flying saucer! Now, you have won $100. Now you play for 10 times that amount, $1,000. But you must match one of our celebrities precisely. Who do you go for?
Dave Gray.
Dave Gray. Dave, this is for Carol, who's got 2 children. She's playing for $1,000.
Keep going, you fool. Keep going.
Now, turn around and face me so that you can't possibly see what Dave will write as I ask you this. Blank bean, spelt B-E-A-N. Blank bean. Dave has written. Turn around, Carol, because this is where we hope that you and Dave are thinking along the same lines. Blank bean.
Baked bean.
Baked bean is a jolly good one. Baked bean. And Dave, this is for $1,000.
And a smack in the mouth if I've got it wrong, right?
Do we possibly have...
I put runner bean.
Runner bean. It's a smack in the mouth for Dave. Never mind, Carol, you've still got, what's that? $200 now. $200 and you're still our champion. We'll be back in a minute with Blankety Blanks. Don't go away. Will you come back and play Blankety Blanks with us tomorrow night, Carol?
Oh, I'd love to.
We'd love to see you then. Good night. So I'm doing this to make it look busy. Thank you very much for being with us on Blankety Blanks, Stuart.
My pleasure, Graham.
Carol,
Loved it.
Peggy, Nolene, and John. Come back and play with us again.
She'll hate me now. I've lost
No, she
her.
won't hate you, Dave. She won't hate you.
I'm sorry.
But there's already been a bomb scare in this place today. I wouldn't be at all... have you got time for just one little quick one, Dave?
A quick one,
Or
yes.
would you rather tell a joke?
Yeah, Lady goes into the butcher. She said, have you got a fresh chuck? And the butcher goes into the big fridge at the back. He's just got one fresh chuck, and he brings it out, puts it on the scales.
Fresh chook.
A fresh chuck.
Oh, I see.
Chuck.
Okay.
Chicken.
Chook will do. No, it sounded like chook.
Oh, well, it was. So he put it on the scale, and he said, that is $1.75. She said, have you got one a bit bigger? So he takes the same chuck back in the fridge, and he pulls the skin a bit so as it makes it look bigger, brings the same chuck out, weighs it, and he says, $2.70. She said, lovely, I'll take them both.
Good night from Blankety Blanks. We'll be back tomorrow.
All prizes removed by Grace Brothers Removals The Professionals. Interstate artists fly answer and drive Avis your other car. Whilst in Sydney, Graham Kennedy chooses to stay at the Boulevard Hotel, 90 William Street, King's Cross. This is a Red Grundy production, produced in colour at the studios of Channel 10 Sydney in association with the O10 Network. Don Blake speaking.